say that a lean team is good for the business? When is it a disadvantage for the business? Every business, I think, starts off with a lean team, right? At least I guess every sensible business starts off with a lean team. And there, to succinctly answer that also, if you've found product market fit, meaning there are people paying for your business and you know that it's serving the purpose, it's valuable to them, how fast can you scale? Because it might be that your production is too small for the possible demand. Your marketing is generating more leads than your current sales headcount can handle, in which case you need to increase your headcount for sales, right? So that's when it sort of becomes a matter of how big or how small your team. An advantage to have a small team, guys. Try as much as possible to start with a lean, efficient team because you want to manage operating expenses, right? Especially if you're still in the pre-product stage. This happens to a lot of startups. Pre-revenue stage, do not hire more people than you can actually pay. And how do you compute for that? Think about your overhead, multiply it to 6 or 8. Do you have enough money for that? Okay, lean team is a group of individuals empowered to make quick decisions and take risk. With that said, how can you keep those individuals empowered? How do you guide them in making the right decisions? Creating decision making was not so hard because they were still small. Everybody knew what everybody was doing almost in real time. When they grew bigger, that's when decision making became a little bit more critical because you had to trust the people that you hired to make those right calls. It's not so much an issue because you guys are so close, right? You guys are talking almost every day. If you're really a lean team, right? You're talking every day. You're quite excellently aligned with what you're accomplishing today. What are the blockers? In fact, I know a lot of lean teams that do daily stand-ups, right? So for those that don't know, a daily stand-up is when you take 15 to 30 minutes every day. You stand up. That's why it's called a stand-up. And you update each other what you're working on, any problems that you're encountering, and if there's any help that you need from the team. So that's something easy to execute as a lean team, right? Decision making, where I think the question about empowering them to make the right decisions become more relevant. So that being said, my style for decision making, empowering my team for decision making is quite simple, and I make it a point that we are as transparent as we can to our middle management. I'm gonna repeat that. I make it a point as CEO to make our operations as transparent as possible to the middle management. When it comes to building a lean team, is it more beneficial to onboard givers rather than takers? Parang he defines that people are either givers, where they're really just, helping other people, giving them as much support as needed, really encouraging, inspiring, like you get the picture. And then takers who are self-conscious, just concerned about, self-conscious is even a nicer word, selfish, just out for themselves, don't care about other people, just want to get things done in the shortest amount of time for themselves, not even for the company. For me kasi, if I hire the people with the right attitude, and that attitude is teamwork, helping one another, giving more of yourself for the accomplishment of the company mission and vision, I think that's better than hiring a bunch of type A people that all they want is success for themselves. Because that means when it's not so beneficial for them anymore, and again, we're in a lean team situation, right? When it's not so beneficial for them anymore, they're not gonna have that second thought about leaving the company or about pushing us to the side and taking on another priority, right? In which case, it affects your succession planning, your sustainability, your growth ramp up. Like, it has so many impacts, diba? I have a lean team. They are all very talented. Yay! But they do not get to gel together as a unit. What do I do? You need to figure out if they will ever gel. That's the question. Because honestly, sometimes they just don't have the same values. That's one. Because talent and values, they're not the same, right? I could be an excellent artist. I could be a magnificent illustrator. Probably the best, the fastest, right? The most accurate one. But if I can't own up to my mistakes, if I can't encourage other people around me to do better, if I can't take feedback and I can't also give honest critical feedback, if I can't appreciate other people, and I take myself too seriously, I don't see a scenario where that person is actually valuable in the long term. Culture is so important, right? How you impact the team and how you motivate the team and how you inspire one another to become better versions of yourself and do better as a company, that is so important. In which case, you need to find the right people.